warm out today, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's getting harder to practice humility. Due time comes, popularity spikes, and I can
do another quick little video. Doing actually some installs now for the Tacoma on some hub-centric wheel spacers. So they are made specifically to mount up to my hub and to the rim. So I'm just using those with my OEM tires for now until the tires go out, and then I'm looking to go a little bit bigger on the tire, 32 or 33s. So I should be good to go with the clearance options. So right now I'm trying the 2 inches to get an idea on clearance with just the OEM tires as it is as of now, so that if I use a 2 inches with a different type of style of tire, that I don't come into any kind of issues once I'm doing the install. Plus looking into doing rims as well. You want to, make sure that you're doing something with the correct fitment. So I'm gonna try putting these on today, show you what they look like. And I mean, it's kind of just like the same video I did with the Porsche, even though those were using lug bolts to mount them to the hub, but they still had studs sticking out, and then you're still using lug nuts. This one, you're just using your studs off your factory vehicle, mounting it with the lug nuts that come with it for the same threading of your factory studs, and then you put the rim on, tie them down with the lug nuts that you have from already using with the vehicle as it is already. So we'll show you what they look like from what I have as of right now, with the rims on, just OEM, no spacers, just regular tire.
I get that Benz, I'ma pull up in the rain, and I'm gonna say you wouldn't wait. Have you ever seen a man this rich, this broke, this lost in the smoke? Please pray for me. I can never hide my ghost, come everywhere I go, tell heaven don't wait for me. Say no waiting at the gate for me. I heard it's just one little P faithfully.
How it looks with them pushed out to about 2 inches out of the fender, and we'll see if turning radius, if full tilt lock, if I come to any kind of rubbing coming left side or the right side. So let me get you guys situated when I get back to the house, and we'll start doing the install there. Now I want to make it known, because I actually work for a company that deals with lug nuts, lug bolts, wheel spacers, wheel adapters. So I've actually been doing this for over the time frame of about maybe 5 years now. I've used them on multiple vehicles, from Nissan Titan to a Nissan 240 SX. I've used them with Lancer Evo 9. I've used them with the Porsche Cayman. And now I'm going to be putting them on a Toyota Tacoma. There are pros and cons to using them. Pros being, if you have rims that need to be set out a specific amount because they're hitting, your suspension or control arms or things of that nature. Even with the deal with tires, if you have thicker tires and you're rubbing, you need to be pushed out a little bit more just so that you can fit them. The cons wise, no specific brand, no specs really made specifically to vehicle. You're going to come into vibration. Driving on the freeway or streets over like 50 miles per hour, you get that weird wobble, that weird shake, and you're sitting there holding onto your steering wheel, and like it's just doing stuff like that. It's just so yeah, you don't want to have that issue come along every time you're driving your vehicle, and over time things will start happening to your vehicle because you have the incorrect fitment on for accessories that you're trying to make your car look good or handle correctly, and so forth. So yes, there are different setups that you should look into. Some of them get pricey, some of them aren't. So just wanted to bring up some information about that, because there is a lot of people going back and forth like, oh, they're bad for your vehicle, they're bad for your hub. Not really much in the sense of bad for the hub. When you're using aluminum or T6 billet aluminum, you really don't come into that issue. The only time that I'd ever see them becoming really bad is more so if you're going over 3 inches. That's when it kind of, you know, defeats the purpose of really using a specific, you know, rim to adapter setup, because you're going way over beyond on a setup that's 3 inches. That weight ratio, when quite frankly the best option for you would be is to actually change out the hub to the specs that you need for that vehicle. Now you're playing with fire, because over time your hub will start to show wear and tear. No, that's not the business. So with that being said, let's get the show on the road and start putting the adapters on, and I'll show you exactly how I do it. Catch you guys in a minute. Alright, so little rundown on the difference between spacer, adapter. This is a 17 mil spacer for Porsche. This is a 25 mil 1 inch adapter with the mounting lug bolts. Mounting lug bolts for the install. So the difference between them really is more so because when you're going up in millimeters after like 25 mil, which is 1 inch, you basically are adapting to a different offset. Braxton, what are you doing? So I'll show you the difference. It's just like this basically, but 2 inches in overall thickness. The studs do come with the lug nuts to mount these to the actual hub. You can use Loctite if you want to mount them to your hub for just better stability, so they don't come off over time. Not really recommended, but when you feel like it's just a better safety precaution, do it. Come 2x2 in one box if you're getting them mailed out to you. Either they do it that way or they do it by sectional of 2 pieces by itself, 2 pieces by itself, or they just do it in one box. So just be prepared with that when you're actually doing a purchase, depending on the thickness option, or if you're doing it adapting to another pattern, that you will look into doing one full box of them, or you're going to have 2 different packages coming out. One has 2 of them, one has the other 2. 2 inches. They come with some protection inside so that, you know, there's no real like wobble around inside to mess out the studs or the holes inside from putting the studs in between, because it's the same pattern either way. So they mount them like that so that it's easier for them to get mailed out to you. Now this is 2 inches. So this being hub-centric, here's a lip. This is going to basically go wrapped around your hub, which is on the Tacoma, and that will keep this steady onto the hub with the lug nuts as well. So this will be basically just set correctly onto the hub for your specific vehicle. Does the same thing with the Euro. Euro needs to be hub-centric. BMW, Audi, Porsche, anything really generated, even Mercedes, all that, they need to be hub-centric. Just keeping that with you, FYI. If you have that vehicle, recommend looking into doing that. Even if you have Americanized or JDM, I would look into doing the same thing as well, just because you have that better state of safety in the back of your head. But yeah, this is what 2 inches looks like, and we are going to put these there. All right, just a little FYI. Looking for your tool set, 2016 up to 2020. It's going to be on the passenger side, underneath the rear passenger butt cushion. So there's a little tab, you would pull it up. There's another tab on here that you would twist and basically bring up. Here is your jack and your tools, because I need to use this to get those lug nuts off. I don't think I have the correct socket for those, so this comes in handy. All right, so to make sure, what you're going to need as well: jack stands, the basic tools, coming out of the actual Tacoma itself, which is, you know, pull up the lug nuts. I don't have the actual key for that, for the OEM lug nuts, so gotta make do. All right, safety up. He approves. And we are set. So everything's set and good to go. Braxton approves, yeah? Yeah. So I already did the passenger side. This is now the driver's side installed. So I'm gonna put the rim back on. This one's already on, and you can kind of see just by it sitting in the air, it is out a good amount. Alright, so two inches pulls out maybe what, 1.25 inches, maybe about 1.5 inches almost, pushing that tire out from the fender. I'll do the back and then we'll get a full little view of everything all together. But I think it came out actually pretty dope. I like the stance. Looks really good.
Hey there, beautiful. Thought I'd leave a message on your voicemail, then remember that my talent is a blessing. So I think I'll write this song instead. That just seems a bit more cute. Maybe not, maybe so. Either way, this shit's for you. Who's cooler than a polar bear, hotter than a solar flare. Seem to take my breath away till I can't even hold in air. And if I didn't have a way with words, then in layman's terms, you'd be a flame that burns. Forget about a stomach home for butterflies. Your presence brings an earthquake, at least a category 5. Nervous through the roof, cause talking to you's like recording rhymes and trying to perform them live. First try sorta high, having conversations like the barrel of a 45. In place of bullets, it's just awkward steps and cordial vibes. So thank you for the kindness. I'll be the blanket if you're Linus. I'll even praise you like your highness, whatever. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. I hope you listen to them. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. I hope you listen to them. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. I hope you listen to them. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. You know I leave a lot of voicemails. I hope you listen to them.